Is brought to you by Shiro. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. We got Abstracts, Hologram.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Released their first album in 2014, and they
In
had the guy from
2014.
they had one of the guys from Periphery on it too. So it's friends with
Oh,
him.
this is gonna be a gent sounding song.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
you can tell already. Any band that has that the name ends with S, it's like one word, and it ends with S. You know it's a gent
Well,
band.
fuck Periphery. I mean, that's just
Periphery.
that
There's
too.
Abstracts, Monuments, like
Yeah,
those
yeah,
bands like that. All those bands, jet bands.
All the bands with S's have like
Yeah.
the gent sound, like for sure, 100%.
I'm ready. I'm ready for gent.
Exactly.
Yep. I already knew it. I already knew it.
Do we get a cookie for that one?
You should.
Get some boba tea.
Shiro sent us cookies.
Now I'll say this: I appreciate that. Not only are they doing the jet sound with that, like I've heard that riff 1,000 times. Honestly,
Yes.
I really have. But they change it up and they do those underlining chords underneath it, like those held out chords underneath that. But so I like that. So really good, and the mix sounds pretty tight. Man, I love the bass tone. I love the guitar. I hate the drum sounds. Those are fake drums all the way. I hate it when they do fake drums like that. And the vocals I'm not feeling as much.
Really?
I want the vocals a little louder or some more presence to them. But the drums, I don't like that drum sound. I hate it when they do those fake drums and they make it noticeably fake. I know he's playing. He probably did play, but they put the overdubs higher. One of my favorite effects to do. So that's a lo-fi scream with it's just drowned in reverb, but it's a really cool effect. I really like that. He has a really good scream in his voice. His vocals, something is not adding up for me. I almost feel like he would sing in other genres really well. I feel like he'd fit in other genres really, really well. But I love the guitar tone. The bass tone's really good. The drums is good. It's solid. It's just they should have put the real drums a little bit higher. And not hide them behind those samples as much, so it felt more real. But I think that's just a gent style, right? Like to do that.
Sort of. It's usually a tight mix with like some ambient stuff in the background and chugs, like a lot of chugs.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy's vocal though, like I like his cleans a lot more than I like his heavies. His heavies are very meh sounding to me. But
the way they're mixing the screams though sounds good.
Yeah, right here it does sound pretty good. But like when he came in with the heavy, it was just like it wasn't.
It's so funny how this style of music, it really reminds me of like those old school hardcore bands, but cleaned up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it sounds like a lot of like, you know, the Poison the Wells, Hope's Fall. I can't remember the other one. There's a lot of them from Trust Kill Records. Look up those bands for Trust Kill Records. I feel like this genre of music is like a polished version of all those bands that were underneath that label. And
Interesting.
So, emo core. There you go.
Emo core.
Yeah. That's some beautiful sound design right there. Yep. They should have capitalized on that a little bit throughout the song.
They should have, actually, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been unique to add throughout the song. You know what really sucks for me is that this singer is putting so much emotion. You can see it in his face. Yep. You can kind of hear it, but they edited the shit out of his vocals, man. I feel like they compressed the feeling out of his voice. Because I think I can't feel the feeling, but I know he's putting feeling. Like, you can tell just the way that it's done, but they process his vocals too much where it's so hard for it to shine through. And I just feel like the vocals are mixed in a more warm and, like, way to let him, like, hit those notes, like, let him go up, but the compressor slams on all the feeling notes. And what I mean is when he's like, when he's, like, doing those notes, like, the compressor just pushes it down. And, like, I want to hear all the full body of his emotion.
Yeah.
This is a problem with editing too much. The compressor can really fuck that up and take out the feeling.
Yeah, perfect example, too. That is just, like, a perfect example of someone doing the right facial expressions for the song. And, yeah.
Because I can, like, you can hear there's feeling to it, but when he's like it just, and then it slams down, the compressor slams down on the mix. It doesn't let him breathe. It doesn't let his vocals breathe because it sounds like he's an amazing singer. It's just I think there's just too much compression on his voice. Like, it's probably a double compression. A lot of times what they do is they'll slam it down to one wavelength, and then they'll take another compressor and put on the side chain to bring it up. And that can be fucked up really easily, but this is very common in this style of music. So there's that too. So people also love this. So I'm sure a lot of people can feel the vocals. Maybe that's the old school side of me. Like,
No, I feel like, yeah. I mean, it's just like the price that they pay for, like, quote unquote perfection when it comes to these mixes.
It is. This is perfection. It is. Yeah. It's perfection, but it's like, I feel like the vocalist has more character that is not being shown in the song.
I noticed too, like, there was one line that he did where he added a little, like one note of flavor to it. I was like, they could have capitalized more on that too.
Yeah.
But
this is what happens. Sometimes engineers get lazy. Okay, sometimes, I'm not saying this is the case, and I've been guilty of this myself when I'm mixing. You can actually spot compress, but that's a pain in the ass. It really is. So a lot of people will put a blanket compression, and then they'll just get an overall general sound for the compression, and they'll flatten it to a certain amount, and they'll flatten it all the way down, right? And they'll put another compressor to lead it up. But you can also do spot treatments, meaning like Eric said, when he was doing those notes that had the feeling and stuff, they could have chose to take the compressor off or put a lighter compression so it'll let his vocals breathe. But that adds a lot of work also. Yeah. It is. A spot compression is a lot of work. Like our Maximum Hormone cover, I did a lot of spot compression in that song on his vocals because I wanted certain parts to be really raw. And so but also be even with the rest of the song. And I had to do like spot compression on his vocals. I can't do a blanket compression. It has to be a certain amount so a certain feeling can get through.
Yep.
That's on the mixing world. I know I'm getting a little technical on that, but because this is a good song. It's a really good song. I really think that sound design that they did at the end would make it even better.
But if they had played that while they were doing the chugs, it would have been great.
Oh, yes. If that was playing
awesome.
and you hear that could be the musicians and us like wanting to hear more complicated shit. I don't know. We might be biased on that. The video's over. But anyway, sorry, we went on a little rant there, but that's just my thoughts about it. I'm gonna. Oh man, see, I want to say
it's tough.